Hello and welcome to the Warhammies. Have you ever thought your build in Darktide just wasn't attacking fast enough? Well, then this is the build for you. The Hive Scum has just come to the game and with it brings a bunch of new talents. Come and watch as I explore my Hive Scum assassin build. It's all about using your shivs to deal death by 1,000 cuts to those heretics. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe to the channel. I make more Darktide content, and if that's something you want to see, then please subscribe. For the loadout, the weapons you're going to want to be using are the Mark 1 Shivs and the Mark 4 bolt pistol. For the Shivs, we're wanting the improvised Mark 1. These are the ones with the stab attack. Now the reason for this is we can start to ramp up some silly damage with the talents in this build. The dump stat you're going to be wanting for this one is mobility. The Hive Scum has fantastic mobility that we'll explore in the talent tree. For the perks, critical hit chance is a must, and I like damage to unyielding enemies here. This thing is going to be a boss killer, especially if you can get behind them. For the blessings, we're looking at Flesh Tearer to apply 8 stacks of bleed and critical hit, and Mercy Killer, extra weak spot damage against enemies with bleed stacks. For the secondary, we're looking at the bolt pistol. This is the Mark 4. It's the standard bolt pistol, not the other one that came out. The dump stat for this one, I've gone for reload speed. You don't really want to be switching to this thing and only reloading it when there's time to do so. And the reason I like the additional mobility is with the extra buffs we can get from the talent tree, it really starts to tie in with the build. For the perks, flak armor is a must on ranged weapons. Every ranged enemy you're going to be shooting has most likely got flak armor on. And secondly, unyielding. That's to help this build deal with reapers. If one of them catches you unaware, it will do some damage. For the blessings, I like puncture because it makes certain enemies a 1 or 2 shot threshold, and execution. If we have to pump rounds into something, we can do more damage when we stagger it. For the curios, we're going to be looking at 1 max health curio, another max health curio, and a max stamina. All of these are going to be using max health, toughness, and stamina regeneration. Stamina regeneration is a must for this build, as the level of stamina we have provides buffs to the Hive Scum class. Let's hop into those talents. So the assassin build is focused on doing as much melee damage as humanly possible. We're going to get sticky hands. Now the reason I like sticky hands, and again you're thinking, hang on, this is a range weapon one, is for that weapon swap speed, so we can get that bolt pistol out slightly quicker in case we need to shoot a sniper that's pointing at us. Precision violence. Melee hits replenish 4% toughness, melee critical strikes and weak spot hits replenish 8, and critical weak spot strikes replenish 12%. This with this build, with how the speed we're going to be attacking at, is just amazing. You will stick to most of your toughness the majority of the time. Float like a butterfly, again a vital one for this build. Mainly, we're not looking at the perfect blocks, we're not blocking with these weapons, they're terrible at it. What we're interested in is successful dodges grant 20% critical strike for 3 seconds. Then we have Untouchable. Sprinting for 1 second grants us less threat for 3 seconds, stacks a total of 4 times to a max of 50%. This one will make more sense when we go down later in the build, but it's all about being able to get behind a tough enemy without it turning on us. Get the toughness boost. Now for the blitz, we're going to be looking at Blackout. These are quick impact grenades that stagger everything. They're actually really good, and one of the main things is every 20 kills we get at close range, we generate 1 grenade. So it's a really handy way to regenerate an unlimited blitz so we don't have to sit on ammo crates the entire time. Gang Tough, we have to get this one, 10% range damage and 10% toughness damage reduction. We're going to be heading down the middle here to get Nimble. Dodges are extended by 25% and time considered dodging by 50%. That's an amazing buff to dodging. And then Jittery. We have an additional dodge recovery speed while our stamina is above 75%. Now you'll notice I spoke about stamina being really important in this build, and that's why we're running the stamina regen curios. Unfortunately, I only have a +2 stamina. +3 would also additionally make this build slightly better, but it's what we've got. Get the aura, we're looking at Anarchist. This gives us just an additional critical hit chance that builds into our melee weapons. Get the toughness boost. And Rampage. Rampage is the Hive Scum's new melee ability. Replenish all toughness immediately, so really handy as get out of jail free card, and it lasts for a total of 10 seconds. For the duration, we gained 50% melee power, 20% melee attack speed, and 25% damage reduction, as well as becoming immune to stun and suppression. Melee strikes extend the duration. While it only says 0.3 seconds, trust me, this thing is going to stay up for a very long time with this build. After 20 seconds of replenished time, the extending becomes diminished, so you can't stay in it forever, it will eventually drop away. But upon exiting Rampage, we lose all of our stamina, so this is a debuff that happens for our character. And we also take additional damage taken and minus 75% stamina regen speed for the duration. That's 7 seconds, and when this ability ends, get out of dodge. Then pick up Boiling Blood. Melee strikes against elites and monstrosities extend the duration of Rampage by 1 second. That's significantly higher than the 0.3. Additionally, the time before extending becomes diminished is now 30 seconds. This allows us to stay in Rampage for longer. While there are some other talents here like Forges Below and Channeled Aggression, I'm not interested in these. We're going to be getting Pulverizing Strikes, which gives us some additional cleave while Rampage is active. We're not that bothered about this because we're kind of slashing away, we're not using heavy sweeping weapons, but it's the 2.5% melee power for every second spent in the ability, upwards to the maximum of 25% extra melee damage. Now you can see a bit of a weird route here when we get to the bottom. So firstly pick up the melee damage boost, quickly branch left to get some additional critical hit chance, Swift Endurance, more melee attack speed for each current stamina we have, and as you can see starts tying into the stamina curios. The Sweet Spot, additional weak spot damage, and lastly, Ramping Backstabs. You're probably wondering why we picked up the Deduction in Threat talent up above on sprinting. This is the reason. If we can get behind something and attack it 5 times in the back, we get 10% melee strength per stack. That's a total of 50% extra melee strength. Now combining this in with additional weak spot damage, all the other crit bonuses we're doing from Rampage and everything else, you can understand how these weapons will just start to kill a boss by heavy attacking. And not to mention, our attack speed is going to be at about 40-50 extra percent. We are just going to be blitzing through. Then we're going to be branching right, and we're just going to be picking up a few of the Toxin builds because it helps us regen, a Stimm, which I'll get into shortly. Get some extra Toxin strength, Coated Weaponry. Melee critical strikes infect enemies with 1 stack of Chem Toxin. Chem Toxin is a very, very powerful damage over time ability that is innate to the Hive Scum. Toxic Mania, we do more damage for each Chem infected enemy nearby. Pocket Toxin, now this is exceptional to run with the grenades we're running. Blitz Explosions infect enemies with 3 stacks of Chem Toxin. This means when we pop down a strike and it staggers enemies, we will most likely kill the majority of those enemies by the time they get back up. The only things you'll have to watch out for are heavily armoured enemies or Ogrins. It will still knock them over, but they're going to get back up again. And lastly, Sample Collector. Kills replenish 1% of our Stimm cooldown. Killing an enemy while infected by Chem Toxin instead replenishes 2%. This allows us to get our Stimm back quicker, which allows us to do more damage and kill more things, thereby increasing the damage on our build. And when combined with Rampage and our Stimm, we will be doing silly damage. Going back to the middle side of the tree, punching above one's weight, we're just going to do more damage to elites and monstrosities, tying into that additional unyielding damage. Now I've picked up Burst of Energy here over Tisba to Scratch. Now Burst of Energy gains stun immunity for 6 seconds and restore 50% of toughness when toughness is broken. 10-second cooldown. Every 10 seconds, my toughness regens when it gets broken. That's really good. Tisba to Scratch is also a really handy ability, and you could drop some of the stuff on the right hand side tree if you wanted to pick it up, and this allows us to replenish 30% toughness over 3 seconds after taking ranged toughness damage. If an enemy plinks you away from long range and you get into cover, you're going to regen that toughness. We have to get another ability, so we're going to pick up Hive City Brawler here, and this is just to build in and tie in with that stamina reduction that we're getting. This gives us up to 20% damage reduction depending on available stamina. Well, majority of the time we're going to be sitting at a high level of stamina, and additionally up to 20% melee damage depending on stamina spent. So this means while in Rampage, when it drops, we might be lowered on our level of stamina, but we're also going to be doing a little bit more damage to help us stay clear. Then Adrenaline Frenzy. This is another thing that just means this build is going to be attacking stupidly fast. Melee hits grant you a stack of Adrenaline. Melee critical hits grant you 2 stacks. Not gaining a stack within 2 seconds will remove a stack instead. At 30 stacks, remove all stacks, and you gain Adrenaline Frenzy. Adrenaline Frenzy grants us 10% attack speed and 25% melee damage. This lasts for a total of 10 seconds. So for the modifiers, we're going to be picking up Adrenaline Unbound. When Adrenaline Frenzy is active, we replenish 5% toughness per second. And then Stoked Rage. We increase the duration of Adrenaline Frenzy to 20 seconds. There are alternatives such as Adrenaline Assassin. and Adrenaline Smiter, but the issues with these is these don't allow you to gain adrenaline stacks on basic hit. We are going to be building our stacks quick enough that we don't need to bother with those, so some save talent points. And lastly, you really don't need to increase the duration to 4 seconds because you're going to be sat, really, by the time this ends, after 20 seconds, you're going to have another one to go. So you're not really going to run out while you're in the thick of fighting. The only time you're going to have downtime on Adrenaline Frenzy is when you're not attacking things. So the new part of the Hive Scum loadout is the Stimm Lab. You can see the additional box up here, and I can't wait to go through it with you. So there are 4 different talent kind of nodes of the Stimm Lab, this being extra power, more toughness regen, attack speed, and cooldown regen. This is very in line with the stims that you can pick up in-game, although you can't use this stim to heal. The route we're going to be going down is picking up additional strength, all the strength trees, and then getting strength and critical chance. You can see there's 5 nodes, 5 times 4 is 20. So this stim, just by using it, we're getting 20% extra strength and also 15% extra critical strike chance, which ties into our build to do bleed damage, chem damage, and you can see how this builds together to start annihilating the heretics. Now I have gone for the passive kind of damage reduction here. So we get a toughness, extra toughness regen and less damage taken. The reason I like this is it's a good way to counter the damage we take when we're exhausted. I'd rather pick it up to the regain of 25% toughness regen on stim use, and I'd rather just have the additional to make it a total of 100% additional toughness regen. So this means every time we smack an enemy, we're getting 100%. So our basic strikes are regenning 8, our criticals are regenning 16, and you can kind of see when we start to show you how quick this build's going to attack, we're not going to need these additional attack speeds. I mean, they are absolutely ridiculous, but we're not going to need them. We don't need the cooldown for this one as well, but the Stimm Lab is a really unique way to play the Hive Scum class. The more nodes you add, the higher viscosity you have, and the longer the cooldown is. So if I just take away some nodes, you'll suddenly notice the cooldown has gone down. Now, there are certain ways to build into this where you may not want to take as much viscosity, and that's to allow a quicker regen of certain abilities. But we'll cover that in the next build. Let's hop into some testing. So, getting into the Hive Scum's weapons. The Shivs, the basic attacks are just a sweep from side to side. That will hit a lot of enemies. The heavies are an overhead and a stab. This is repeated over and over again. The alternate attack, you throw a poison knife. It's not enough to kill certain enemies, but it does a fair amount of damage and does stack with other toxin buffs. So it can be used in a pickle to deal with something. The bolt pistol, we all know what it does by now. It's for dealing with ranged enemies within 2 shots. Yes, you could run a revolver, but I quite like the idea of bleed damage, of firing and forgetting, so I don't want to have this weapon out for long, and I like reloading the total of 8 shots. For the grenade, it's a poison impact. It will kill basic horde enemies on 1 throw. Against specials, it does a lot of damage. It won't outright kill them, but potentially makes them a 1-hit kill. On crushers, it'll still knock them over and allow you time to clean them up. Just be warned, they do get up quickly. For shields, it'll pop them open. The main point is we regen one of these every 20 kills we get. So you can kind of use them and forget about them because you don't need to be picking up grenades. You can also replenish them with grenades if you choose to do so, but I've never really found it required because you'll probably regen about 3 in the use of a horde. They can, if you spec this into revive speed instead of stamina regen, be used to grant you enough time to get off a revive. Now, one of the main parts of the build is the stim. Our stim focuses on damage, critical chance, and toughness and damage reduction. We pop it. You can see at the start, well, I'm not attacking that fast, but it has drastically increased. But you'll notice the moment I proc Adrenaline Frenzy, we will attack quicker and start to do more, to the point where our heavy hit will kill most of these enemies in 2 hits. And if they don't, it'll be 3. Just showing the effectiveness on the crusher. If I can hit my shots, it's how you'd expect it to go without buffs. When you pop other abilities to increase damage, we're starting to look at easy kills. Now, if we can be buffed up and hit them from behind, we start to do a lot. We can kill those guys, sometimes, in one hit. But if not, just wailing on these guys regularly will do a lot of damage. The stim toxins and the bleed that we get are really effective. But that's it. This build can run and stay in its ability the entire time. And you'll notice I'm still going from the initial ability use on that Ogrin. These guys aren't really a problem either. Now, the Hive Scum has excellent dodging, and part of this build is literally just kind of attacking things in a flurry while dodging. And we haven't even used our stim, which we can pop and do even more. Unfortunately, you have to be careful at this point because rampages run out and any hit is going to do some significant damage. Just remember the 5 Ds of Hive Scum. Dodge, dip, duck, dive, and dodge. That's all there is to the build. Just make sure you don't get hit. Simple, right? Let's hop into some gameplay. Only a few scum in this game. It's nice to actually see other classes being played. So one thing to show you very quickly is the Hive Scum will gain silly momentum if you dodge off a platform. So just be careful. I'll show you at the start here when we get through the door. But when you dodge and crab walk out of the way of things, just be careful. Because we can go quite far. Just throw that little pop grenade. And just attack. That's all we're going to be doing. This is the build. Just sweep in and make sure you're dodging attacks and try not to run off. It can be really easy to kind of get caught into the swing of melee and just think, oh, I'm invincible. And then you take one hit during the 75% damage and you just pretty much melt. The exhausted period is one of the most dangerous points for this class. Just be careful when it dips that you're not kind of caught out, because you will take a stupid amount of range fire damage. Just dodge towards. I'm just going to pop that barrel. That's not what I meant to do. But you can just dodge like this towards enemies. Just going to pop our syringe here. What? Definitely push that. Activate this. Just going to start swinging in just with the increased damage. Throw one of your little grenades to stagger things, to apply chem toxin, and just keep at it. Chem toxin is a very powerful secondary. You could run this class with a little stim pistol, but I find you don't need it. You know, I'd rather have the one shot and done kind of thing against ranged enemies, because the stim pistol, while really useful, will, I did see an Ogre. But sometimes, you know, feel free to take it slow. Get your bolt pistol out. Shoot some things. Try and hit that one barrel in the distance that no one else seems to be able to shoot. And then just damage your team, you know? Just be a typical Hive Scum. Remember, you can use your Rampage ability as a kind of pop-out if you know your toughness has gone down and you need to cover some more ground to get to a gunner before it breaks. But just kind of slide towards them. You know, if you're dodging from side to side, most enemies will not be able to get to you. When Adrenaline Rush procs, you'll be attacking even faster, being doing more damage and more criticals. Oh, got out before me. Slash, slash, slash. There's an Ogre coming. Hey, where is he? I mean, this is stim worthy, this point. So the reason we like our stims is because it applies 15% critical chance. So while you might want to do heavy attacks against those Ogrins, these guys, we just want a light attack. We want to try and build up those chem toxin and bleed stacks as quickly as we can. You know, the backstabbing, save it for bosses. Just, if you want, you can turn off jump on this class on sideways dodge, because it is really annoying when you want to dodge and you end up jumping. But just kind of dancing, ducking and weaving between these enemies, really handy way to deal with them. There's a dog coming. So that bell sound, that was a boss spawning in. May not spawn here, could be any sort of boss. Normally there's 2 of them. So it could be lieutenants, captains, could be a demon host. Just an important point about demon hosts as well. If it is one of those, they kill the entire team, so you just need to kill it. You will just kind of get a wave of enemies as well. And eventually at some point, the boss will spawn. As you can see, we're all just kind of loitering. I feel like everyone's... That sounded like... Pop. Apply that chem toxin. So we're just going to pop our ability and our stim. And we're going to try and find that boss. Where's he gone? And then we're just going to start poking him with the attacks. So that you see those finesse shots when they bleed, it's just ridiculous. But just be careful again, you'll have that downtime. That other bell means the boss is over. So just be really careful. If you are going to play this event, just make sure the team is ready before you pop that bell. I do like the changes they made to this mission, actually, later on. It did take me a long time to learn how to do the data interrogator. I mean, I'm going to ignore the arbitrator's name there. Did we get it? Did we kill it? Oh yeah, point about the grenade. Obviously it regens every 20 kills. Just remember that, so don't be afraid to use them. Yeah. Stab. Yeah, it was him, not me. So you will need to stab these guys, though. So get a nice bleed stack on them. Make sure you get a critical, and then go for the stabs. This is one of the worst points in history to have. I don't really want to be doing this, but I need to get them up. So just be careful about reviving, because obviously our ability works on hitting enemies. So while reviving, you may suddenly teeter over, the ability may stop, and then you may be taking 75% more damage from everything. I know we shouldn't. Just build up stacks of our abilities to get faster attack speed. Don't deploy it. Don't deploy it. No, don't deploy it. They deploy that, we're... I don't really want to waste my stuff yet. Oh, no. Bad time to pop my syringe. Okay, we're going to be popping our ability, and we've got a chaos. Oh, I hate... We don't want to get trapped in a corner with a chaos spawn. I mean... I'm calling BS on that grab. Really likes me all of a sudden. Just, there's so many muties. Okay, my ability is probably going to dip. So get rid of these rages, try and build up my attack speed again. Right, where's that chaos spawn gone? Got you. Yeah, just don't get caught in a corner. Simple, right? Just dodge the attacks, guys. It's really simple. See, just look. Shield stands no chance. We haven't even popped our syringe. Nice little run. Oh. Everyone running back inside the shield. Okay. Right. There's a Medicae there, with no charges left. Get the sniper. Let's go. Now for the actual mission. It's annoying the bolt pistol doesn't have piercing, like plasma gun. Really annoying. It'd been really handy to kind of go through those little side railing. Oof. Whoa, he just went through the table. Where all these enemies just come from? I really got to get out of the way of these muties. I'll attack faster than the Rager. There we go, that'll kill most of them. I'm really conscious my ability is going to end, but we need to do the mission. Whoa. That's what I said, be really careful about getting hit during that period, because it just took shed loads of damage. It is the weird ball. The ball sack. It is that box. So I swear I'm like clocking all these things beforehand, but... Beep, boop, beep. Oh yeah, it just goes through the roof. Fine. Yeah, already done it, guys. When you've got this downtime, try and build up those stacks just by light attacking enemies. Heavy attacks obviously will only build you one rather than multiple. Just want to get rid of this scan stuff. Get rid of the dog. It's the reset of the bolt pistol I'm struggling with at the moment. I'm so glad you all came to watch my top tier Auspex gameplay. I don't know where he's going. Apparently I don't know what I'm shooting at either. Cool. Nice. Cheers, guys. Stab. Is that a crate? Nice. And then it'll be this. Oh, look at that. You know, you play too much Darktide when you start clocking the items that are eligible for the servo skull. Grenades. Arbitrator's back up to, I think, shock mines he's using. It'd be nice to see that grenade symbol. I'm glad they updated them to show people are using like shock or other things. Nice, actually, quality of life update. Now you can see every smite psyker. As you can see, this build can do a lot, but it is a glass cannon, so if you do take that damage like I did stupidly, when you really shouldn't, it will, you know, it's going to hurt significantly more. There is a Medicae here, but the rest of the team... Oh, sorry, buddy. There we go. Getting the chain in. Throw some grenades at it. Get the stacks up again. Ah, oh, come on, team. Team, someone killed the Chaos Spawn. Got it. As you can see, this build can... Selfish. Everything's gonna go wrong. Yeah, so Poxburster's bane of this build, because you don't have a lot of health. We good? No, my boy. Where's my lore tidbits on that one ogre? Slash, 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 slash. Again, just take your time up bits like this. We're going to pick up that ammo. Just be really careful, because it's more the kind of ranged enemies that can do... Oh. Just going to throw all of those, pick up these grenades. Most things will be killed by the tox damage, as I can say. It's really effective. Oh, I need to get off that shield. So, yeah, as I said, these are the most dangerous points. If I was caught there and took one boot. Stab, get the dog. Anything really that can stop you from doing the damage that you want to do is dangerous in this. Which I suppose is really use anything for Darktide, right? I'm going to keep that for the end. We're going to need that. I don't really want to waste it. Where's that Poxburster? Because I'm very conscious. Where is he? Just kite around them. If you can get behind an enemy, obviously we do more damage from behind. Cue every prison shower joke known to man. Nice. But yeah, this build everything can go really well, or it can go really wrong really quickly. Just going to actually attract most of the attention. There it is. So, interesting point as well. The Hive Scum cannot syringe himself. Oh, God. Where is that? Oh, we can kite those. I got time. I am going to heal prior to this fight, though. It's just those crit damage, and I appreciate... Oh, don't want to get corrupted. Careful. Time to pop our syringe. And when our toughness gets a little bit low... Right, let's clear out some of these ranged enemies. Pop our ability. I know they're stunned, but they're not going to be stunned forever. Slash, 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 slash. This build, similar to some of my las pistol builds, will start to hurt your hand after a while. So just be careful. Nice. But yeah, you know, don't be afraid that you can still do range damage with this build. Like, the bolt pistol still does a fair amount. Oh, surprised I didn't hit that. The Warhammies once again talks about his terrible accuracy. It's the reset time on the bolt that gets me. It's just that little... doesn't feel natural. Remember as well, you can melee attack through walls, and sometimes I've killed Reapers when literally, like, comically I've been stood on the other side of a wall. Just Remember, 5 Ds of Hive Scum. Dodge, dip, duck, dive, and dodge. Well, might as well. Got nothing else to lose. Concentration sting. I'm going to take that action. There we go. Bit of it. Why is it? Kind of seems like there's one of those mission things. I don't really like chucking stuff in the middle, but oh well. Ah, that's a much better place to hide. Got him. Ow. Just knew. Since I saw him, I'm like, hasn't done anything to that pox burst that's just lying on that floor. Got him. Someone could get this mutie off me. Got the last one on? Alright, let's go. Let's poison this phage tree. Here's the fighting. Gonna pop our syringe and our ability. Gonna throw one of those little sachets down, maybe another one, just for good measure. And you can see, look, all of those things in the kill feed. Just from like 3 grenades, or 2 even. You know, you probably could throw the 1. It's enough. Especially if you're like attacking things. Just gonna keep on hitting here to build up that attack speed. I'm well aware we are on a slowdown for our stamina, and we've lost it already. Where's that box burster coming in from? He says sniper's gone. We will sort this in a second. Oh dear. Hey Warhammer, how long have you played this game for? A long time. Do you still There we go. Do you still dodge straight into mutants? Of course I do. Of course I do. Some things you'll never forget how to do. And that's one of them. Okay, can we just get rid of those snipers, please? Right, I'm going to try it. Oh god, please don't fail, please don't fail, please don't fail, please don't fail. Last one. Ooh, nearly got more first time. Okay, get rid of him. Not sure how I feel about the kind of the plasma gunners. I feel like you don't see them often enough, but I'm also well aware when they game out, you just find like a horde of 8 of them who will just turn around and like laser beam you. So I don't know if they ever like patch that out, or whether I just haven't done like the scab only faction mission in a while. Let's get rid of that sniper. Oh, I'm gonna get him. Oh, Jeddah got him. That should hopefully kill the trapper as well. See? Look, these grenades are amazing. Especially because you can just regen them by killing enemies. So in a horde, you see I'm already back up to max after using one of those rages. And I'm probably quite sparingly with them as well. Just throw them at him. You know, it's gonna kill him. Got the last phase tree, but just the finale to go, and a swap of rages. Oh no! Oh, get me up, get me up, get me up! Kill me, boys! As you can see, this build is just exceptional at killing bosses. You just need to make sure you're not kind of wasting or missing a trick, as it were. Just want to... Oh, like that. They left me behind. Time to dodge to get back up to the team. So this crab walking, it's a bit of a weird movement trick, but can get you back. This'll help. Dog scrum. No. I'm going to recommend we miss this one, just on the basis that I really, really don't want to be doing this, especially in a finale zone. Okay, we need to carry on. We can't get caught up here. Caught on something. Oh, I dodged into a wall. Oh, dear. Okay, I'm just going to head towards the exit. There we go. I'm more than happy to leave that one. Who has just... Yeah, I want to get out of here. Just cannot believe my team. I can't believe that. I genuinely cannot believe that. Why would they activate it? Well, as you can see, successful build still. Hopefully the team survive this. Cannot believe that. Well, I was proven wrong. They managed it. I died horrifically. That's where the dodging and kind of the extra momentum is really handy. Like, it can be used to kind of clear ground on enemies. Let's go get him. Smash, 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 smash. And that is my Hive Scum assassin build. Really handy at boss damage. Just unfortunate spawn for that final boss there at the very end. But an absolutely fantastic build. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you in the next one.